Hey everybody, it is your girl Gia. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Make sure that you subscribe if you have already not done so. Alright you guys, so we are going to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I love this franchise much more than I thought I would. The girls have been cutting up, they have been fighting and getting it in. So let's review the latest episode and what's been going on this season thus far. So let's start with Bronwyn. I really like Bronwyn. I like a chick that stands in her mess. Some accountability is very refreshing to see. I like how she's like, yeah, I was being messy and so were you. So let's talk about it. So while the other girls scramble and lie and manipulate to get out of their mess, Bronwyn just stands in it. And I like that. Apparently the only person that can really check Bronwyn and embarrass her is her husband. He has been a bit aggressive, to say the least, in certain situations.
The 10 years we've been together, I've never seen you act the way you acted this weekend. You know, I know we've known Lisa and John for a long time, but for you to sit in the hot tub and scream back and forth with her is ridiculous.
You thought I was screaming?
I don't think you were there. I was there. I was in the pool, remember?
It's my responsibility to work out, but when it's you and someone else, my ass better ride your dick like it's my job.
What'd you accomplish? Nothing.
Nothing. And actually,
you ruined a perfectly nice afternoon.
I ruined it?
That's what I think.
Yeah, so that was super awkward, right? So Bronwyn's husband does rub me the wrong way. Like, I get it. Like, your husband is going to check you when you're wrong or right? That's what we do as couples, as partners. And even though they're supposed to be recording their own real lives, it just does seem traitorous to come for your own wife. This is not giving supportive husband. I'm sorry. Does Tom have any clue of what show his wife signed up to be a part of? Because it's given clueless. Bronwyn is not on the Real Classy and Demure Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Anything you would like to clarify about the way, or just what we saw on screen? Because I'm sure there was more that was left out.
I don't know that clarify is the right word for it. Todd and I are super happy and stable and totally great. So I don't know that I need to clarify it. I guess I would say, I think in a really long-term, serious, stable relationship like we have, that you show up for different ways in your partner.
Okay, so let's get into Mary's Breakfast at Tiffany's event. And let's be honest, the real star of this episode is Meredith with those crazy bangs.
You want to go there, we can go there. Here we go.
Fuck no, not the bang, bitch. That shit ain't it, bitch. That shit is ugly as the fuck. Take it out, bitch. I don't like the front of shit. Don't like the front of shit. Take it out. That bang ain't it, bitch. Not the bang. The bang.
Sorry, you guys, I couldn't resist. Okay, so all hell had broke loose when Meredith and Angie went back and forth, and Angie was bringing up about how Meredith was pretty much insinuating that her husband was gay. So Angie brought up about how Meredith was getting trolled online about, you know, kind of trying to out somebody when her own son is gay, and saying that she was hiding behind the fact that her son is gay. I do want to say that I do think that Meredith does throw a lot of stuff out there, and she does throw a lot of veiled threats. And it's really funny to watch because right after she does it, she always denies that she just did it. Like as if we all didn't watch it. But I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can never make me hate Meredith. I love Meredith, period. What was unfortunate was that when Mary was going off, she did seem out of line the way that she was yelling at Meredith, as if Meredith was the only person that was arguing at the dinner table, and she was not. And she did tell her that she could leave her home. So of course Meredith got up and gathered herself and got the hell on up out of there. So we're gonna see next week how that plays out between her and Mary.
So I'm honestly very confused about everything because I didn't really, there was a lot of, she went into a lot of stuff that day at the lunch that just, it didn't make any sense to me. And, so we didn't see it because I don't think it would have made sense to the audience either. And I was confused what the argument even started over. I didn't really get it, and I didn't get why she was so like, Angie, stop, Meredith, get out, like she got so angry at me. And that's why I left. I was like, okay, I don't need that level of anger at me, like, we're okay. And so then I thought we'd find, some resolve the next day, which didn't really happen.
Okay, so can we talk about how Heather has been so mean and nasty to Bronwyn? When she came into the Tiffany's event, she kissed everybody except for Bronwyn, which was rude and mean.
I've been a nasty girl. I've been a nasty girl.
And don't get me wrong, I do like Heather. Heather is funny and she brings a lot to the show, but I was a little bit surprised to see her being so nasty this season. The scene where she went to Bronwyn's house and Bronwyn was trying to make up with her and she was just being dismissive and rude. It did seem a little bit out of her character to me, or is it just me? I mean, Bronwyn literally was left in tears after Heather left her house. Bronwyn did get her lick back by disinviting, or I should say not inviting Heather on the trip. And so apparently that did hit a little bit different for Heather and allowed her to try to play victim in the situation. But at the end of the day, all of the money that Bronwyn and her husband spent, I mean, if I was in that position, I wouldn't be inviting anybody that's treating me so disrespectfully either. And let's talk about how she put them in coach on the way home. I cannot. I'm not gonna lie, it did seem a little bit shady to me to send them home on coach. But after all the money that she did spend on that beautiful trip, it does seem a little classless to complain about the accommodations home, the free accommodations home. I think for the most part, everybody understood that. But of course, Lisa, she seems to be a little bit tone deaf when it comes to societal norms. Lisa lives in her own little world in the clouds where I think poor people probably don't even exist. Not to be mean, but she does give pretentious. She does give clueless. She does give, it's all about me. It's all about being fabulous. It's all about my name brands. She just gives vapid. I mean, the fact that she has built her fortune off of liquor while still maintaining that she is a Mormon does kind of say a lot. And speaking of Mormons pretending to follow the rules or the culture of the church, let's move on. This seems like a perfect segue into talking about Britani. In fact, Heather says that she regrets bringing Britani onto the show, which I thought was interesting.
I mean, when you invite a friend to the group and then you start regretting inviting a friend to the group, this was my moment.
So Britani is a new friend to the show and she doesn't seem to be that popular from what I have been reading online. People take issue with the fact that she does not have a good relationship with her children due to a man. That's what she said. And I would imagine because of the way she's been fawning and throwing herself looking like a fool for Jared Osman, who clearly has no real interest in her. He's looking for an easy lay. He clearly wants some of that Real Housewives clout, regardless of the fact that he comes from a famous family or not. That's why he's showing up to events looking for attention. And I just think it's off-putting to viewers because we all understand, because we have been in those stupid situations with terrible men that really don't care about us, right? Like, I mean, at one point in your life, you've probably been in this situation. But Britani is way too old to be playing the fool, especially on national television, okay? Not only is her castmates tired of hearing about this loser, so is the audience. So Britani was pretending to be so offended because Ange had brought her some wine to her little event at her house, which she had church folks at the event. Like, was she just reaching for an argument for a storyline or what? Because aren't all of your church friends, your church groups, gonna see you on the show drinking at every event? It was definitely giving hypocritical, okay? It was laughable. But I will say I don't dislike Britani or anything like that. She hasn't given me really enough to dislike or like her. She is giving finding me lukewarm. So this is my wrap up of the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I am very interested to know what you guys think about all of these crazy situations. And I just want to say that my channel is not here to be mean-spirited, but I am here to give my honest opinion. After all, that's why they are on the show. So thanks for stopping by. My name is Gia. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my new channel. I truly appreciate all of you, and you guys have a great day. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.